Hi guys! Today I will be doing the Booktube Newbie Tag. Since I'm such a newbie around here, I thought this might be a good way for y'all to get to know me a little better. So, first question is, why did you start this channel? I started this channel because I like talking about books. I watched some booktubers stuff, but I'd never read any of the books that they had they would read other than classics. Or like Lord of the Rings or Narnia, but again, those are kind of classics in their genre, so there wasn't much I could relate to them on. I still enjoy watching some other booktubers today, like that fall into that category. But then I stumbled accidentally into Christian booktube. I don't know how it took that long for my YouTube account to recommend Christian booktube to me, but it did. But then I accidentally found it, and I was like, these are my people? Yes. So I decided, yeah, I'm going to make a booktube channel and actually talk about these kinds of books, because now I know there are other people who do this as well. What are some fun and unique things you can bring to booktube? I don't know. I talk about Christian books. That's pretty unique. I mean, there's a few of us who do, but not a whole lot so far, so that's something kind of unique that I can bring. I don't know how fun it is, but I also can bring to the table that I know almost everything there is to know about the Chronicles of Narnia, and I am on my way to knowing everything there is to know about Middle-earth in general, not just Lord of the Rings, but the whole expanded Middle-earth universe. This year I actually finished reading through the 12-volume History of Middle-earth series for the first time, so I can bring a lot of trivia that no one else knows to that, about those to BookTube, so yes. What are you most excited for about this new channel? I am excited to hopefully try to convince some people to read books that they've never heard of. I'm excited to talk to other people about books that they have read. Yeah, just excited to get to know people and talk about books. Let's see. Why do you love reading? I like stories. I think, I've already mentioned I was, joined for specifically Christian booktube, so I think God put an innate love of stories inside pretty much everybody. You're going to find very few people who don't like stories in any way. Most people will, even if they don't say they're not readers, they'll watch movies or stuff and obviously enjoy the plot there, so I definitely think that's one reason that I love reading. One big reason is just because I just love stories. I love telling them, and I love reading them as well. Let's see. What book or series got you into reading? Well, technically, there's a later question that this will play into as well. I don't want to go with the technical answer. I'll get to that later. But I would say probably, I don't remember. I've been reading I've loved reading as long as I can remember. I still have boxes and boxes of childhood books. So I can't really pick one of those book series and say, this is the one that got me into reading. Like, this is the one that made me want to keep doing this. I mean, I can't remember the first time I read through the Chronicles of Narnia, so it may be Narnia. I don't know. Well, we can say Narnia just for the sake of it, but yeah, I have no idea. What questions would you ask your favorite booktubers? Can we be friends? Yeah, sort of. I mean, I don't really know if there's anything other than that. Also, how do you come up with video ideas all the time? Because I will definitely struggle with that. And figuring out what videos I'm going to post when and stuff. So, advice with posting videos. And then, also, yeah, can we be friends? What challenges do you think starting a booktube channel will be hardest to overcome? I think that was typed wrong. Yeah, what challenges will be hardest to overcome? I mean, probably just coming up with video ideas every week and then finding time to film. 2 weeks ago, the video that I posted, I filmed that. I posted it Tuesday afternoon, and I filmed that Monday evening. Twice. I had to film it twice. But, yeah, so just coming up with video ideas and filming them on time to actually have them done quickly. Yeah, that would probably be the biggest challenges. When did you start reading? So I don't remember what book or series got me into reading, like more as reading like bigger books. But as far as why I learned to read and when, I learned to read at 4 because of this book. It's Not Easy Being a Bunny, which if you have little kids, this was my favorite when I was little. It's a bunny who doesn't want to be a bunny anymore, so he tries living with all of the other animals. And I asked my parents to read me this book over and over and over and over again. And eventually they tried to skip pages. And I wouldn't let them because I knew they were trying to skip pages. And I think that was when my mom said, okay, we're teaching you how to read, so if you want to read this book 30 times, you can read it 30 times. So that was the book that got me to start reading, sort of. Not quite, but not in the way that this question means, but that was the reason I learned how to read as early as I did. Next question is, where do you read? I mostly at this point just read in the love seat in the living room. Even when there's the TVs going on, I am capable of usually tuning that out. Or if it's a show, like right now we're rewatching through a show that I've probably seen through 10 times, if not more. So I am capable of reading while that show is on and still half following it. That's mostly where I read, just in the living room, even though there are other people around. I can usually concentrate okay. And then what kinds of books do you like to read? So I read mostly Christian fiction. As you can, this is not all of my books, by the way. This is nowhere near all of my books. Most of my books, though, are in storage right now. So I have a lot of books here that I have read. Not all of these are even mine. Some of these are my mom's, but I've read all these books. Yeah, I've read all of the books in here. I don't know if I've read all of this one, but I read part of it. So I read mostly Christian fiction, and I've read quite a few classics. That's why they are in here. So you can maybe pick out some classics on this shelf. So mostly Christian fiction, and Christian fiction I will read almost anything except for I'm not a big fan of contemporary. I do have actually one contemporary on the shelf, but not a huge fan of contemporary. Apparently I like mystery. I've recently discovered this, so that is a contemporary set book type, contemporary set genre usually, that I actually apparently enjoy. But for the most part, I will read Christian historical fiction, Christian biblical fiction, which biblical fiction is also history, but, I usually separate those in my head, and Christian fantasy. That's going to be most of what I read, especially now. I've read most of the classics that I want to read, so I'm not going to be reading as many of those as I was earlier in the year. But yeah, mostly it's going to be Christian fiction almost entirely. Plus, the classics I read often still have biblical morals and values and things. So, yes, classics and Christian fiction is going to be pretty much what I enjoy reading. So, all right, that was the Booktube Newbie Tag. Let me know in the comments, why do you love reading? And let's see, if you know what book got you into reading. Obviously, I don't know. But if you know, other than, again, It's Not Easy Being a Bunny. But if you know, then let me know in the comment section. Bye. Thanks for watching.